Welcome back with more experience, and today we just pick up where we left with the last video from 2 weeks ago, where we went to Liverpool and visited the place where the Woolton Fete took place, where John and Paul, John Lennon and Paul McCartney met for the first time. And this time we'll take a trip from Woolton, from where they met, to via Penny Lane to Paul McCartney's childhood home. So last video was John Lennon's way to that iconic meeting, and now it's Paul McCartney's way back home from when he met John in June 1957. This is, here you can see it. This was the place where the concert by the Quarrymen took place. Now we can see the Magical Mystery Tour bus. But this is a very touristy Beatles tour, of course. We didn't take that one. We decided on this day to, explore Liverpool on our own with the ordinary bus, and so we had to wait for the bus. You can see it here, line 174, which will take us away, which will take us to Penny Lane. And now we've arrived at Penny Lane. Here the barber shop. It's not the barber shop from the 60s. I think Violetti was the name. Now it's Tony Slavin or whatever it's pronounced. And here you can see the Penny Lane roundabout. Maybe it's one of the few ugly buildings in Liverpool, one of the ugliest buildings I've seen in Liverpool, concrete building, but full of history, of course. This is where John and Paul used to change buses when they went to visit each other, or when they went to school, or later when they went to the Cavern Club on Matthew Street. So the famous roundabout at Penny Lane. It's a nice district also. My girlfriend and me, we went to a nice cafe there, which is called Glass Onion Veggie Bistro, I think one could say. Very nice, good food, good tea. And now we take the bus, as I mentioned before, to the district of Allerton, and there's Forthlin Road, and this is in Forthlin Road, the building where Paul McCartney with his father Jim and his brother Mike grew up. And many great iconic songs have been written here. I mean, he even started later songs like Venom 64 and Michelle in the late 50s when he was a teenager, so he must have written them there. But some of the early songs, even including bits of She Loves You, were written here. There's the famous story when John and Paul just finished writing She Loves You, and then they went downstairs to play it to Jim McCartney, to Paul's father, and he said, "Oh, it's a nice song, but couldn't you sing She Loves You? Yes, yes, yes," instead of "yeah." There's too many Americanisms these days. So that's a story that Paul McCartney sometimes tells, a nice story. But many other great Paul McCartney or even Lennon-McCartney songs have been written in this place. Probably I saw her standing there also on some of the early ones. So now we take the bus right back. But this time, this is from footage from the day before that I edited in. This is, as you can see, kind of hop on, hop off. It wasn't really hop on, hop off, but that's one of those Beatle tours that you can book. And so it's from the upper deck of the bus, so you can have a nice look around. That's the district where Penny Lane is. There will be one more Liverpool video I will be doing about the Cavern Club and the Cavern Quarter at Matthew Street. So this will be the next video. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.